beginning to bloat, and it soon explodes. Everybody make a reflex.
I'm like 60 feet away from this thing.
I said that's around the piggy.
Oh, alright.
Which means Theron, Iris, and the fire elemental.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, with advantage. Oh, there we go. I keep double clicking, but I got a 22 since I have advantage.
Why do these fucking things keep exploding? God damn it.
You guys get hit for 45 fire damage.
Which is.
Well, I avoid it, but.
What is that? That is.
We round things down, right?
Yeah.
So.
Round damage down.
17 damage then. Iris, you take also half because you're monk, right?
No, I take no. I passed it. I passed the thing, so I take no damage.
The save is 16.
Yeah,
oh wait, you
24.
rolled the 24. Never mind. I didn't see you rolled the 24.
So it's just like, peace.
Oh, you're fine. Right. So, everybody that got damaged by the second blow and has guts on them. I'm gonna assume that's only Theron, right?
Well, I've learned something.
You rolled the 22, but you still take half damage, and you had guts on you from the last explosion, right?
Yeah.
The guts that were stuck on you begin to ferment, and it starts giving off a noxious gassy fume. Make a Constitution save.
Constitution save. Do I have advantage on this one as well? I don't think so. Nope. Just regular. 26.
Fine, but the stuff stuck on you, the smell is making you sick. You need to get this shit out of you because away from you because you're not sure what it's gonna cost to you. You see that well, if you had clothes right now, they would slowly be melting. It's not fun.
Oh, see, guys, clothes, bad things. Clothes are bad. This is what I've learned.
Wait, doesn't that mean his loincloth is
You
melting?
hear the squeals in the background and the new line of dogs. You make out at least 8 dogs that are charging at you. Their eyes flare up and they begin to crush and destroy trees in their path as they're getting closer to you. They will swoop down on you very soon.
Well, we know what to do. Aim for the flipping gems.
Let's see.
It's a deadly slip and slide.
What kind of damage does the gas do, by the way?
Poison.
Oh, they're fine. They don't need to even make a save. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Are they entirely immune to poison then?
They are entirely immune to your gas. They don't care.
Actually have to be capable of breathing. It does that even for creatures who can't.
Well, they are actually breathing because if they didn't use air, they wouldn't be able to howl and growl. So they clearly have a respiratory system. However, the gas doesn't seem to affect them.
In case that might have been the reason.
Sorry, what?
I was double checking in case that was the reason.
Oh no, okay. So, but yeah, even though they're breathing, the gas doesn't seem to affect them.
Okay.
If anything, they seem to be intentionally inhaling more of it. In the meantime, as the pigs are slowly coming up from the rear, you see that there's a sudden squeal of surprise from one of them as they get intercepted. From a nearby tree, right on top of one of the pigs. And she plunges her sword deep between the pig's fleshy bit on the side of the neck. The pig squeals as it tries to destroy the burning crock in its hand, but the woman skillfully uses her knee to knock it out of its hand. She pulls the blade out and with a sweeping motion beheads the pig easily. The other 2 pigs look in surprisement and bewilderment and start to focus on the woman that just jumped in between them. You hear her scream out from the tree line. Hey there, fellas. Fancy a nice walk in the moonlight, did ya?
Wait, it's nighttime?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
What? Of course it's nighttime. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yes, hence dark vision.
She asked you. Did you fancy a nice walk in the moonlight? Did you?
Well, not quite what I expected.
Wait, isn't Theron raging?
Yeah.
Vira, it's your turn. As your turn comes up, you see that all the beasts are on the ground, slipping and sliding over the spot, and the pigs in the background have stopped advancing and have turned their attention to the new assailant, who actually instantly managed to decapitate one of them. The other two are on their guard and surrounding her.
Alright, I'm gonna move somewhere out of sight, become not invisible, and return. And then I guess I'll just do nothing, because I can't do magic around a stranger.
Because I can't do. Jesus.
Theron, you're up.
I don't want to die!
Luckily, what you did with your water seems to have had a good enough effect. You don't. You're still a little bit nauseous from whatever those creatures did to you, but it's not gonna affect you. You can continue fighting.
Do I see any of the pig things from before? Not the little, like, beastie things, but the pigs.
No, right now they're a good 60 or 70 feet away, because they immediately stopped their charges. They saw this woman surprise kill one of them. The other two are trying to deal with her right now.
Okay. Can I reach any of the pigs without stepping into the grease?
I'm gonna say yeah, probably yes.
Alright, well then, since they are prone, I'm gonna slaughter them.
Go for it.
I mean, I have advantage.
Remember, you get advantage.
Yep. Well, I mean, I can give myself that, but I don't have to take disadvantage. Is it also a crit within 5 feet of their prone?
No, if they're paralyzed, it's a crit.
Got it.
I didn't want to cast that one on them yet.
No, that's fine. I still
Even though they're, prone.
have
Pretty
the
much my
advantage.
That's
entire
not gonna
spell
hit.
list is just control.
I missed what you said. Does an 18 hit?
No, that doesn't hit.
Jeez, and another 18.
Not hit
Alright.
either. So oddly enough, once these creatures are vulnerable and on the ground, Theron's like, nah, this is too easy, I'll give them a chance.
Great, screw it. I guess the thing to do would have been to use my second shout, and then I would have hit them.
That's probably true, but you would have went a little mad, so,
That's not the one where I slaughter my allies.
Yeah, he's not joking, by the way. Iris, you're up.
Right. So what's the closest one to me then?
The ones where Theron is, they're all on the ground, sort of in a bunch because of the grease. It's a mess of flesh out
Oh
there.
wait, there's like grease all over there?
Yeah, it's covered in grease.
Is this grease flammable?
Yeah.
Yes,
it is.
I would like you to hold off for 1
Oh,
second.
no way.
And a hurl a fireball.
But they're resistant to flipping fire. We saw that before. There's no point in setting them on fire. Fuck.
They are not immune. They're only resistant, so they will take some damage.
Yeah. Still setting a forest on fire. Don't really want to be. Oh wait, it's a liquid. I'm gonna shock them.
Is grease okay for lightning?
It should be
Might be.
conductive.
Is it
That would
conductive?
make no fucking sense, but okay.
But isn't
yeah,
it
that's why I'm
conductive?
asking, is grease conductive? Because I don't know.
Someone Google it. Is grease conductive?
Oh god.
I mean, non-polar materials and liquids in general are not
I'm gonna
conductive.
assume that actually it's not conductive because it seems weird, but somebody look it up.
Alright, never mind.
There are types that are, and there are types that are not. But
Yeah, there are types
one-
that are and are
Yeah,
not.
I'm getting there are types that are and types that aren't from this.
Yeah, but
search.
like that would be assuming that there are actually contaminants in the grease. If it's just pure grease, then it would probably not be
You know
conducted.
what? I'm gonna say yes because I cast it and fucking magic.
You know what? Fuck it. Just do it, Iris.
I mean, it's kind of like
Alright.
water without contaminants. It's actually not conductive either. So you know.
Right then, so yeah, I'm gonna throw. I'm basically gonna casually throw a dart with one of the talismans attached to it into the grease. Because
Consider if you wanna spend your turn, you can actually throw more than one.
Oh yeah, I can. I'll throw 3 then, since I don't want to spend more ki than
Okay,
I
make
have.
a ranged attack then. You're trying to hit the grease, right?
Yes.
So that should be an easy one, just in case. Roll.
Alright, 1 second. Where is it? Ah, there it is.
You rolling with disadvantage?
Oh, I've actually clicked disadvantage. Sorry.
Even without disadvantage, you're fine. All of those are gonna hit because the DC to hit the space is actually 5 and it's not that far away from you. So roll damage.
Right. 1 second. I got to roll totally different damage. So 1, 2, 3 talismans down. And that's...
Just applies to all of them 3 times.
Yeah, it does. 1 second. 1d6. Yeah, okay. So I'll just roll. So yeah, damage.
So that's total 8 damage, right?
Yes.
You see shock begin to run through the mountain of flesh. The creatures are starting to twitch in a very uncomfortable manner as they all get electrocuted. The smell is foul and disgusting. Theron, you're lucky enough to be close enough to smell that.
Lovely.
You're probably not gonna have dinner tonight.
I don't know. It can't be any worse than Albert's cooking.
Oh, come on, dude, that's not fair. Vendrik, you're up.
Adam, I'm assuming your mic's screwy again if you're trying to talk.
I wasn't. Was someone trying to talk to me?
Well, we said Vendrik.
Oh,
Your
I didn't
turn.
hear that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I'm just gonna go and steady it with the other one, taking careful aim in between where you lot are all hacking them to shit. Your guns. Firing a firebolt straight in there. I'm hoping that it catches the cloud of mustard gas and the grease and just goes off like a fucking fireworks display.
That Theron is pretty close to that shit, but let's see. Okay, roll me damage. Oh, wait, is that 14 the damage?
Yeah. Anything else is just atmospheric from you.
You hurl a giant fireball at the flesh pile, and while the creatures are not that affected by the fire, considering the grease and the gas and everything else, everything goes up in smoke. It's a huge fire of flame, explosions, and, well, electricity. And eventually those things are starting to get uncomfortable. While they were good with the gas and the fire, the electricity and the combined effect of it all is starting to really mess them up real nice. They're beginning to squeal, and since the pigs are too occupied to actually buff them, you see that the creatures are actually not as tough as you first thought they are. They're starting to die. You're not sure what's alive in that pile and what's dead.
I just start cackling as I keep sending firebolts in.
Alyssia, you're up.
Right. Okay, so what targets do I have?
Well, you have the mountain of flesh and the 2 pigs that are very far away, so...
We find very far away.
80 feet from you.
Well, can I see them?
Considering you're up in a tree, you have more of a, you know, better view on them. But it's still a very thick forest area, so it's gonna be a very hard shot. I'm gonna say you can attack them, but it's gonna be at a -5.
Can they see me?
No, they're very occupied with the person that just killed one of them.
Right. Well, they're not gonna be surprised anyway, so that doesn't. Okay, fair enough. Right. 80 feet, you say? Fuck, what's the range of my bow? Right. Okay, no, it's still within short range. That's fine. Right then. Wait, I don't have an advantage against them. I don't have a disadvantage either, no. I think. Right, -5 you say?
Yep.
So that's gonna be an 18 then, instead.
18. No, that's not gonna hit.
Fuck. Oh well.
As the arrow whizzes past one of the big man's head, he looks back to see what just happened, and that's all the opening the woman near them needed. She smirks as she skillfully dives in. Her blade dances perfectly in front of the pig. You manage to see from the treetop, Alyssia, that she manages to instantly carve out huge amounts of chunks from the pig's flesh in a matter of moments, with 2 or 3 very precise and easily placed strikes. As the pig is about to squeal, she immediately lunges her sword forwards, thrusting it into its jugular. The pig is instantly dead by the time the blade draws back. The last remaining pig seems to be crushing the rock inside its arm, trying to cause another explosion. Whether it's trying to explode the animals on the ground or whether it's trying to explode its dead brothers, you're never going to find out. Because the woman effortlessly spins around and with a huge arcing motion lops off the pig's hand. The pig squeals and it begins running. The woman doesn't give chase. With the last pig trying to desperately run away, you see the pile of dogs are howling miserably and scared and terrified. Vira, you're up.
Well, I guess with that, there's not really much to do, so I guess I'll just send a...
I mean, the beasts on the ground, there are some that are still alive, so...
Yeah, I said there's not much to do, so I'm going to send a firebolt at them.
To the pyro.
It's just me and her making finger guns, sending waves of fire into them.
Bam, bam, bam. Theron, you're up.
Like Pulp Fiction.
Do I have anything in range?
Oh yeah, the meat pile is right in front of you, and you feel a few squirming animals inside. You can hack and slash that shit.
Alright, blunder time, let's go. Yep. Blunder. Jeez, I can't hit anything,
Nope.
even reckless. 18, jeez, what are these last 4?
Oh wait, 18 actually hits now. 18 is gonna hit them this time.
Alright, screw you guys.
And they lost their backup, so...
Alright.
As one of the dogs is trying to crawl out of the mess, you immediately lob its head off. It's not going anywhere.
Alright.
Iris, you're up.
Right.
Iris?
Yep, I'm here. Since everything's fucking on fire, I don't really have much to do. I'll probably throw 2 darts.
Your shocking attack was very effective if you wanna try that again.
Dude, I'm running out of talismans.
Oh, they weak to
Okay, up to you.
thunder by the looks
Some
of
of
it.
the beasts are trying to crawl out of the pile, so you can actually reach out and beat the shit out of them.
Kind of want to just kick them back in. Okay, since there's some crawling out, I'll hand-to-hand them and basically kick them back in.
Oh shit, confirm that crit.
Nope. But yeah, I guess I'll just roll damage.
Keep in mind you were meant to have advantage, but that's fine.
Oh, really? I can roll again.
Too
then.
late now.
Oh,
Too
okay.
late now, make 2 attacks. Right. With that extra damage
Oops.
to keep the pile in check, they actually cannot handle anymore because they're completely overwhelmed by all the status effects they're in and the pile of death they're in. You see that whatever was left of the creatures, they make one last whimper as the pile of flesh begins to quickly rot and turn into gooey mush. These creatures are done.
Good job, team.
Turns to the forest.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna be pretending.
about to
I
say,
have no idea how
I'm
to
just
do
gonna
that.
quickly like raise my hands and swipe along to the side, and the grease just disappears.
As soon as the battle is over, you see...
Because Theron is literally still covered in mostly pig guts, I'm going to prestidigitation and clean.
Yeah, that's a good idea. As soon as the battle is over, the woman is slowly coming up from the tree line with a nonchalant smile on her face as she approaches you.
I'm gonna greet her like raise her
Awfully
hands.
late to be out on a stroll, guys. Didn't you hear? This place is dangerous.
Oh, we didn't notice.
As soon as you... Did you scream that in character?
Yeah.
As you say that, she raises an eyebrow. Oh? You've heard of me? My, how nice. I'd think after 20 years nobody would.
To be fair, we only heard of you recently.
Celine? No. What? You must be confused, lad. Well, I
Lad?
guess I should introduce myself properly then. She straightens up her clothes and politely remarks, "My name is Cynthia Hamlet. Pleased to meet you all. And you are?"
Vendrik. I do an elaborate bow. Librarian.
Vira. I'd nod my head politely.
I just wave. Oh, yes.
Theron.
Need to buy you pants.
Aren't you up in the tree, my dear?
Alyssa's already down out of the tree. I have had many names throughout my life, but
Jesus
I suppose you can call me Alyssia.
Oh, pleasure to meet you all. I must say, you make quite the impression. First thing you do, you stir up a hornet's nest. That's quite impressive.
From what I could see, the hornet's nest was already kicked, so to speak.
Well, I guess that's kind of on me. Whoops. Anyway, it is getting kind of dark, and I can see that some of you are wounded, and, well, she looks towards you, Theron, and in need of a shower and clothes.
No, he's fine. I prestidigitationed him clean.
Oh, okay, nice.
The conversation back in my house. I mean, there might be more demons around.
Fair enough. Let's
Well,
get moving.
as far as I know, that's the only building inside this forest, so...
Then lead
Why
on.
are you inside this forest anyway?
Oh, come on, dear. Let's talk once we're inside the mansion. It is late, and plus, it is very dangerous here, as you've probably noticed.
Who is vacuuming the microphone?
Sorry, no, I'm, I
By
read
the way,
something
while she
funny
was
and I'm
talking-
laughing.
While she was talking, she took out a small handkerchief and is cleaning her blade off the, so it doesn't have any blood stuck to it before returning it to its scabbard. Very well then, I'll lead the way. Let's go.
Was there
She
any...
promptly turns around and starts heading deeper into the forest.
I'm just going to
Was there-
cheerfully fall into step beside her.
walking past a couple of the pig things with the exploding crystal-y thingy. The
Yeah.
one that she got the hand off, is the crystal still around?
Yeah, the crystal is still there, but you see that the light inside of it, it's gone.
Can I pick it up? Alright. I now
But
have
the
one
souvenir,
broken
are we?
crystal. What'd you say?
Picking up a souvenir, are we?
Yeah. Never know when you're gonna need one.
You can write it down as, since you don't know much about the creature or the item, just write it down however you wish. Later, when you
Bro-
have more information on the item, we're gonna change that.
Broken pig crystal, got it.
Right, and with Cynthia Hamlet leading the way, you guys slowly get deeper into the forest, making small talk along the way. As you ask her that, Vendrik, she implies, well, it's not exactly interesting. I like to keep to myself, so this place is usually very quiet if you don't count the demons that have made it their home recently.
Quieter after tonight.
Yes, I should say so. I guess I should thank you for that.
No problem at all.
Quick question. How old is she supposed to be?
She is during her prime when she was fighting with the Warrior King. She was in her late 40s. So by now she should be almost 50 years old. And as you can probably tell, she looks extremely young.
As you can tell, like every
Yeah.
person in this campaign, she is an animal.
It doesn't take you more than 20 minutes to reach the mansion inside the forest. As you get closer, Vendrik and Vira, you actually feel that you walked through a magical bubble. The reason you probably couldn't find the mansion so easily is because it's protected by magic. As soon as you passed through that bubble, you immediately felt like you're in an entirely different area. Somehow the area around the mansion seems a lot more serene, quiet, almost unnaturally so because of the magic. It seems to have a sort of effect that unless you specifically know where you're going and what you're looking for, you will never get to the mansion.
Okay. Does it feel like any sort of magic dampening field as well, or is it just?
Yeah. Outside the bubble, it's actually very hard to tell that there's magic here.
No, I mean like, do I feel like I'm not as magically capable standing inside?
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, so it's not like those magic stones, for instance.
No. You're completely fine here.
Alright.
It doesn't affect your magic. So eventually you reach the mansion in the forest. Right then, as soon as you get inside, by the way, even from the outside you could tell there's a few huge statues outside. When you enter the building inside, most of it is not well kept. There's a lot of dust and cobwebs, but that's not what bothers you. Again, there's a lot of statues, a lot of pictures, all different styles, all different settings, but they have one thing in common. All of them are depicting her. She must be the vainest person you've ever known. More than actually Vendrik.
Or she's immortal.
So all you see are portraits, pictures, and statues of Cynthia Hamlet, and nothing else. Everywhere you look.
She's not an elf, is she?
You don't know that.
Well, does she have pointy ears?
Being an elf is outlawed.
She does not have point ears. As far as you can tell, she is completely and utterly human.
Also, I love that being an elf is outlawed.
Right. As soon as you guys step in and take in the view, she turns to you and guys, well, sorry to not play my part as a host, but it is late and I am pretty tired. You're welcome to stay the night. You may leave in the morning if you wish. If you're hungry, I guess you can find something in the kitchen. At any rate, I'll go have my bath and I'll retire for the night. You guys have a pleasant evening, okay?
Just a second. I thought
came
your
actually-
goal was to get out of here.
I'm sorry? Why would I want to leave? This is my home.
We came here for a purpose
Impressive.
originally.
Yes, as I said before, we're looking for somebody. Damn it, I've said her name for a couple of seconds ago. What was her name? Selena?
Her name is Cynthia Hamlet. By the way, as you guys are talking, since it seems to be dragging on, you see that she is using magic. She runs her fingers throughout her body and she changes clothes. From her battle gear, she changes into more casual indoors clothes and she takes a seat.
Definitely immortal.
It's like, hey, could you give him some pants or...
Maybe there's some old pants somewhere around here if he wants to look for them.
Nah, I don't need to look for him. It's
Yes,
fine.
you do. You're covered in demon guts.
Please.
No, I was.
That's
cleaned up.
actually a pretty neat trick, I say, gesturing at her outfit. How'd you do
this? It's no big deal, but thanks anyway.
it? Oh, come on, I'm sure you wouldn't mind showing me.
Well, I'm not particularly fond of sharing my particular set of skills, if you don't mind.
It's because she's immortal.
Neither is my mistress. Didn't stop me.
Jesus fucking Christ. Did you have to make that sound any worse?
Fuck off, I'm acquiring
don't-
knowledge here.
I don't like showing my tricks. Neither did my mistress, but I got the information from her. It's freaking...
If you're allowed a demon husbando, I'm allowed whatever I want.
At any rate, you wanted to ask me something, I assume?
Yes. By historical records, you should be over 50 years old, yet you don't seem to be a day over 20.
That's not shocking
She
to me.
smiles sweetly as she looks at you and says, "Why, thank you. You're awfully kind. Your skin is quite lovely as well, my dear."
Yes, but I did not survive this long without asking questions.
I'm going to be up front. I'm just going to put my hands, like, is there a table? I'm going to put my hands on the table. It's like, are you immortal?
Wow.
Yep. She blinks at you for a second, astounded, and then she laughs heartily. Why, of course not, dear. Humans are not immortal. At least I've never heard of one being immortal.
Really? Never heard of...
Think of one.
Yeah, I know one.
You can become gods. I'm pretty sure that would make you immortal.
So you're God, you admit it.
She blanks, astounded again. My, I seem to have gotten some rather strange guests.
Wait, hang on, what was that banner called?
Vira is sitting in the back saying nothing.
Wait,
You don't know what it's called, you just know
Vera
that
sitting back face palming.
it's a banner depicting one of the Warrior King's loyal retainers. So
Yeah.
it's basically a banner worn by a loyal retainer to the Warrior King.
yeah, here's the thing. I'm going to bring this up because I'm not sure if anybody knows, like, the lore, but I'm suspecting that she would know if she's this. It's like, tell me, if you're who you say you are, do you know anything by the name of Noble Moon?
I guess truly are a little bit rude tonight, but what the hell, I haven't had guests in a while. I guess I'll entertain you. She says, clearly a little bit offended by the way you've been phrasing your questions, considering her hospitality. She says, of course I do. I fought alongside them. They were created to aid the Warrior King during my time, after all.
I didn't expect
So
to
you
get that
actually
information
know.
to see. By the way, like, Iris is just kind of stunned. She's like looking back to the group. I didn't expect us to get the information this easy.
Sadly, I haven't seen any of them in, well, ever since the war, so I wouldn't know much about that.
Oh,
After the war, I sort of made this my home, and I haven't left the forest since. I know little of the outside world anymore. I assume I probably still have many enemies after what happened, so...
yeah. Well, sorry for being so upfront. Just, you know, kind of strange. Shocking, really.
Strange? How so?
Well, the only one other person I know who has your complexion is my mother. Kind of has something to do with demons, that.
She looks confused, not sure what you're talking about.
Never mind. We're actually with Noble Moon.
Oh? My, the group is still around. That's unexpected.
In a capacity, but yes, as I said, sorry for my rudeness. Kind of in shock.
Is it so shocking meeting me?
How is it not strange to you that you look so young?
I'm not sure what you're implying, dear. This time she looks a little
But-
ticked off as you're implying that she's old.
No, it's like she like goes up. It's like, look at you, you're so beautiful. You got fine skin, lovely hair. It's
Why, thank you, dear. Flattery like that will get you far. She winks at you.
oh really? It's like no, wait, no. Almost slipped into that.
Of course.
Yes.
At any rate, she stands up from where she's sitting and brushes herself off. I really am tired. You'll have to excuse me. If you have any more questions for me, might I suggest you ask them tomorrow? I really wish to get some sleep.
Yes, that would be preferable, I guess.
Very well. Well, like I said, make yourselves useful. The place is a bit dusty. As you've noticed, it's kind of big, so I don't really maintain it that much. But I do hope you can make yourself comfortable. And, oh, on the upside, we do have a marvelous bathhouse. I will be done in about half an hour, so you're free to use it. It's quite large, so I'm sure it will accommodate all of you. I will make sure to leave the hot water on for you.
Thank you. My ears!
Very well.
Demons!
Good night then, and I hope you sleep well. And with that, she starts heading upstairs.
Give her a wave,
So
good
she
night.
can take her bath and retire for the night.
What? Hey! What? Twice?
You got to next.